Record.
All right, welcome to the second General Assembly meeting for Occupy St. Paul.
Yes.
We're going to start with introduction from everyone here. What I want from everyone is just your name, maybe where you're from, and a word about why you're here. So, like, I'm Justin. I'm from St. Paul, born and raised, and I'm here to learn things.
I'm Betsy. I'm from St. Paul, born and raised. I'm here out of excitement.
My name is Heather J. I live in St. Paul, and I'm here because I have hope.
I'm Justin. I'm from Savage, and I'm here because of change.
I'm Barbara, I'm from South St. Paul, and I'm here because I think we need a large body of people.
I'm Joe, I'm from St. Paul, and I'm here because I'm excited about its possibilities.
I'm Joe, I'm from St. Paul, and I'm here to learn what's happening.
I'm Angel. I was born and raised in St. Paul. I live in Minneapolis now. So I see what the Occupy is doing in Minneapolis, so I want to see what happens in St. Paul.
My name is Kim, I'm from St. Paul. I do work in the Welfare Rights Committee and a Minnesota Coalition for People's Bailout. So I've been around for a while, and I'm really excited that the occupation movement has taken off, and excited to see what's going to happen in St. Paul too.
Hi, I'm Emil Barrera. I'm a university professor at Metropolitan State, an activist for over 40 years, and I'm here because we need to organize St. Paul, and we need to stop that 1%.
I'm Peggy Kurska, born and raised in St. Paul. My son Matt and I are going to New York to the Occupy Wall Street next week for a senior class project.
Whoa, cool. That's cool.
I'm Matt Kirschke, I'm from St. Paul. We're here to document history.
My name is Al, I'm from St. Paul, and I'm here, I'm kind of frustrated with the process.
My name is Mike Fiddle, I'm from St. Paul, from this neighborhood.
My name is Jeff Clark, I'm a one-year resident of St. Paul, and I'm here for change because I think this is good.
I'm Allison Bidney. I'm born and raised in St. Paul, but right now I live up in Cloquet, doing school. And I'm here because I went to a lot of stuff, or not a lot, but I went whenever I could to Minneapolis stuff, and it was really kind of, I don't know, they were a little push offy. And then when I did a thing with St. Paul, I made like 3 friends, so I can hear.
Excellent.
My name is David. Currently live in Minneapolis. We're here to be a lobbyist for the 99%. Yeah.
For the what?
A lobbyist for the 99%.
Oh.
My name is Robin Monahan. I'm a lifelong resident of Minnesota, currently living in Shoreview, and we don't have an Occupy in Shoreview yet. So I'm here.
I'm Neil Fagerhow. I live in Hugo. I'm here because I've been doing a little 1 hour a week vigil at the Capitol, and I'd like to find some people to join me.
And I'm Rick Cardenas, born, raised, and harvested in St. Paul. And I'm here because I don't want us to narrow the focus to 4, 5, or 6 things, but everything that is interconnected to the inequality that we have.
I'm Scott. I'm from Eden Prairie, and I am here to just donate my passion, my energy, and my ideas to some of the direct actions and hopefully some of the outreach. So
I'm Richard. I live in St. Paul here, and I'm here to be observant and participate in the evolution of human consciousness.
I'm Jane, and I'm from St. Paul, off and on for over 70 years, most of them. I'm back here. And I'm here for actions.
I'm Nathan, I'm here with media. Hi.
What station?
Dana. Occupy St. Paul Station.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm from Egan. I'm just basically here because things have to change, and if we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it.
I'm Ann, I'm from St. Paul. I'm just real excited about the movement and wanted to see what St. Paul's doing and how I can help.
I'm Cicely. I was born and raised in St. Anthony, and I'm committed to justice, and I think that Occupy is a unique opportunity to bring greater justice to our society.
I'm Scott. I'm from Maine, actually, here in Minnesota with my wife. And I'm just here to help the Occupy movement any way that I can find a way to do so.
Laura, I'm from West St. Paul, and I'm pissed off, so I'm here hopefully put my energy in a positive way.
I'm Luke. I live in St. Paul. I'm a citizen of the world, and I think this is the best way to promote peace, justice, and equality.
I'm Kathy, and I'm here to be part of the solution.
I'm Pat, and I'm here to work, get my hands dirty.
I'm Louis Asher, and I'm here because democracy does not work unless you have a strong middle class. We need a strong middle class.
I'm Steve, and I'm here because the Occupy movement is an innovative, constructive way of getting things done. I'm also with an organization trying to coordinate an event around the closing of the Ford site.
Closing of what?
Of the Ford site.
Ford plants.
Ford.
You can call me Moose. I'm from White Bear Lake. I've been back and forth between, or trying to get to Occupy Minneapolis. I'm an alumni of Metropolitan State University in East St. Paul, and I've watched too many documentaries highlighting what's wrong with our system and our country. So I'm here to fight for the 99%.
All right, and I'm Peter, and I'm here to help St. Paul and Minneapolis attend the 2012 elections process, the Iowa caucus, and hopefully get members from the whole state there.
When the people came in, do you want to just give us your name and why you're here a little bit?
My name's Ed Day. Here for two purposes. One, I'm a St. Paul resident, wanted to see what this is about and see how I can get involved. I'm also a freelance writer, and I'm trying to do a story on spec about what you're doing here. And I'll leave if you don't want me to be here, or I won't write anything down, but...
Write it down.
Okay,
Welcome.
fair enough. See what my editor says. We're here to make history. You document it. Fair enough.
Okay, is that everyone? Okay. So the first thing I want to ask is, how many people have been either at our last GA or at another GA or another consensus meeting? Okay, so a lot of you have some, at least a passing familiarity with the consensus model, but I'm still going to quickly go through how this meeting is going to run. So there are a number. So when we have a proposal, which we currently don't today, we go through a process. We start by stating the proposal. Part of what we decided on in our last GA was that proposals have to be presented in writing at the agenda meeting. So we read the proposal out. Then there are clarifying questions, questions which get to the heart of trying to make sure you understand what the proposal is asking, what the proposal is trying to do. Then we go through concerns. If you have any problems, that's the opportunity for us to have a discussion about the proposal. Then we try, if there are concerns, we will come to amendments to try to make the proposal, rectify any of those concerns. And then finally, we would come together and decide on whether we agree to or don't agree to the proposal. Now, to do that, we have a number of hand signals. You might have already noticed, if you haven't been involved, that when someone says something they like, they go like this. That is the sign for in this group for approval or cheering. But when we vote for proposals, it really just means that you consent to it. That doesn't mean you have to love it. It means that you accept that and that you aren't going to block it. The second is to stand aside, is to do this. It means you don't love it, you don't really, you know, you may even be against it, but you can live without it. Or you don't, it really doesn't affect you, or it doesn't mean something bad. The next level is to go hands, thumbs down. That means you really don't like it, but it's not a moral or ethical obligation. The most powerful thing you can do is to go like that. That means you block it. Basically, if you block something in a proposal, if we went along with this idea, you would have to walk out of this room. It's a moral obligation that says, I can't stand by while you do this activity. I have to leave. That is what a block means in this group. So, and then there are a number of hand signals throughout the discussion. The first is, just putting your hand up. That's just to say, I want to speak. Carol, and I'll get to the roles in this, Pat, will be doing stack, and we'll be talking about that in a second. Then after someone speaks, you might have a clarifying question. That's a C. Yeah.
Yeah, clarifying point on a block. If you block something, you should, number one, say why you blocked it, and number two, propose something that would get around the block.
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, so you have clarifying questions. That means you want, like I said, you have point of order. Something, you want to, like, you have, some kind of procedural issue. And then direct responses. But really, a direct response is something that only, a piece of information that only you have that responds directly to the point that has just been made. Oftentimes, they're used to make an argument against it. That is not how a direct response is supposed to be used. It's supposed to be a point of information, basically. Okay, so to help me facilitate this meeting, we have a number of people. First and most important, Pat is going to be doing stack. But unlike some of the other stacks you've seen where we just kind of like hold them, try to remember who you are, we have actual numbers.
Awesome.
In 2 different codes, so we can have multiple stacks.
Wow.
Ooh.
Kudos.
Who's taking minutes? Kathy is going to be writing notes on the minutes. So, and then hopefully she'll type them up and get them online so that they are available to everyone as soon as possible. Betsy here is going to be writing things down as a scribe on, probably the white on the paper board that we have up here. If we have a proposal or anything else that needs to be written down. And then Heather is going to be keeping time. It's a very important job. So let's see, that's consensus and that. Okay. So then we have to approve the agenda. We've done welcomes and we've done the consensus and hand signals, and we'll get that. We're going to do about 15 minutes of small group discussion just to get a feel. Robin had wanted to talk to people about some of the things that unite us and some of the things that we want to talk about doing. I think it's a good opportunity for us to come together and just feel out what is important to this group of people as we move forward. Then we're going to have, we're going to start with individual or affinity group announcements. If people from outside of this room or people who are in this room who are maybe part of a different group or have something that they want to personally announce, they can bring it there. Then we will have work group report backs and announcements. We have 5 work groups that should all have report backs, plus 2 people who want to start work groups who want to make announcements. Like I said, we don't currently have any proposals. And then we're going to do something called tuning, which Pat's going to lead. Yes.
He's holding it up for me, but I would, the green is pretty and in season, but could we use a black marker with bigger print? When we take the notes on the flip chart, possibly, okay?
Yes, and then we're going to do what Pat's calling tuning. It's going to just be a little bit of reflection on what worked in this meeting and maybe some ways we can improve the meetings in the future. Is everyone okay with that? Okay? So I think we can move forward. And that means we're going to start with 15 minutes of small group discussion. Get up, walk around, try to talk to some new people, try to talk about why we're here. Okay? Okay.
I know you're right.
Sam